Hi dear students, I'm again with a new chapter and very interesting chapter, that is shipwrecked. Okay, so this is our new chapter, fourth chapter. We already completed our 3 chapters to say poem. Okay, that 3 chapters are very interesting. Am I right? Yes, this is also very interesting because this chapter, this chapter is a story, a real story, adventurous story. Do you like adventure? Do you like adventure? What do you mean by adventure? Adventure means we are doing something very bravely. We are doing something very bravely without fearing. Maybe there may be dangerous things there is, but we are not fearing about that. We are bravely doing the things. That is what adventure. Okay, so this chapter is also an adventurous chapter. Okay, before that there is a warm-up section in page number, you want to take page number 25. Page number 25, chapter 4, shipwrecked. Spelling, listen: shipwrecked, shipwrecked. Okay, so before that, warm-up section is the, can you see the pictures? Match the correct hulls of the ships. Match the correct hulls of the ships. Okay, so you want to match it. Can you? Yes, I know. Very simple activity is that. Okay, so can you guess the story is about what? Yes, the story is about a ship. Okay, ship, not a voyage, a travel. Okay, so are you heard about Robinson Crusoe? Okay, Robinson Crusoe, that is a novel written by Daniel Defoe. Okay, Robinson Crusoe is a novel written by Daniel Defoe. A very famous novel is that. See, there is also a movie in the same name, Robinson Crusoe. Okay, you can also watch this as a movie. You can search in the YouTube also when you type Robinson Crusoe. There are the descriptions of the so many movie parts also there is. Okay, very interesting. You know what is the story? One person named Robinson Crusoe. He is very fond of the traveling through the ships, voyages. Okay, and so one day he is going to a voyage. At that time, what happened? There is a strong wind. There is a strong wind, storm. Okay, storm is there. Then what happened? Their ship wrecked. At that time, what happened? Every people in the travelers and the ship, they are flew through the water, means in the sea, and finally our hero Robinson reached an island and he set up. He started a new life. Okay, there is nobody in that island. We can see that a small portion of that novel Robinson Crusoe. Here that a small portion is named shipwrecked. This is the shipwrecked portion. How the shipwrecked. This is the strong storm and it's seen shipwrecked. Okay, so you want to listen. You want to listen very well when I am reading. You want to put your finger under each line. So that only that time you can understand the pronunciation of words. Okay? Okay. Listen. Robinson Crusoe loved to travel. Read this account of what happened on his voyage to Africa. Okay? For the first few days of our journey, the weather was warm and the sea was calm. The ship moved smoothly on its way and everyone is happy. Okay, so here Robinson Crusoe, he is the first person narrative is here. First person narrative means I am describing the event. I am one person in that incident. So I am describing this event. Okay, so Robinson Crusoe is describing what? For the first few days, they started their journey, you know. So the first few days means a little days. Okay, so first few days of a journey, the weather was normal the weather, no problem, there is nothing, a very happy climate, warm climate, and the sea was also calm. Okay, so the ship moved smoothly on its way and everyone is happy. Okay, we are also very happy because the climate is also very nice and the sea is also very calm, very beautiful. Okay, so beautiful to see, and also our feeling is also very nice. So they are very happy. Then we can see what happened. Then a great storm began. The sea grew rough and angry. The ship was thrown around by the waves. We thought we would drown. We could do nothing. Day after day, the storm grew louder and fiercer. So what happened? Then suddenly a great storm began. Okay, a great storm began. What happened when the storm is coming? The waves, you know, in the sea there are waves. They will get up, and it is rough and angry. Okay, and so the ship was thrown around by the waves. The waves are coming larger and larger, and the ship is also moved very danger. Okay, so we thought we would drown. Drown means what? D-R-O-W-N. Drown means what? To die after being underwater for too long. Okay, so we could do nothing, because what they can do? Nothing we can do, because they are in the middle of the sea, you know, and only ship is around, everywhere is water, then the wave is also rising. Day after day the storm is getting louder and fiercer. The storm is getting very stronger and fiercer. Next paragraph. On the 12th day the wind died down, but by now the ship and men needed rest. We changed course towards the nearest shore. But just as we thought we would reach land safely, another storm began. We did not think we would see land ever again. Okay, so on the 12th day from starting of the storm, the 12th day, the wind died down. Okay, so by then the men needed to rest, because so many days they are afraid, you know. So they needed rest, so they changed course. Changed course means what? They want to rest, they want to change their course. So the direction, they changed the direction of the ship. They want to land in a they want to reach in a land safely. At that time, what happened? They did not think we would see land ever again. At that same time, when they reached land safely, another storm began. Okay, but the next morning, next page you want to take, page number 26. But the next morning, we heard a sailor cry out, "Land! Land!" I ran out of the cabin to look. At that very moment, the ship hit a great sandbank. It came to a sudden stop. It could not move. Giant waves crashed over it. All of us hurried back to the cabin. So all are in the ship. At that time, next morning, we we heard a sailor. Sailor, who is a sailor? The person who is in that ship. Okay, so he heard a sailor cried out, "Land! Look, there is land! Land!" Because they are full of water, you know. So at that time, a sailor, the person in a ship, "Look, there is land! Land is there." That time, Robinson Crusoe ran out of the cabin to look, where is the land? At that very moment, when they are looking where is the land, that time, the very moment, at the correct time, the same time, what happened? The ship hit a great sandbank. The ship hit a great Sandbank. Sandbank means what? What do you mean by sand? S-A-N-D, sand. You know? Yes, that sandy like small stone like soils, you know, that is sand. Sandbank means what? A sandy area in the middle of a river or sea. In the sea or river, a sandy like area, a sandy area is there. So the ship hit the sandbank. Okay, it came to a sudden stop. So the ship stopped there. It can't move, it couldn't move. Okay, giant waves crashed over. Giant waves means what? Giant means very big. Big, that makes fear. That makes fear. Like that way, the big waves crashed over it. All of us hurried back to the cabin. So all of us hurried back to the cabin because the ship stopped there because the ship hit a sandbank. Okay, what shall we do? Cried one of the men. We must get to the lifeboat, said another. Together we pushed the boat into the water and jumped inside. We rowed towards the land. We hoped that we would reach the shore alive. Suddenly a huge wave hit the boat. We had no time to speak or think. We were thrown out of the boat into the sea in different directions. What happened? So the ship stopped by hitting a sandbank. At that time they are asking each other, what we will do? What will we do? What shall we do? Cried one of the men. Cried means asking shoutly, making large sound. What shall we do? Like that way he is asking. We must get to the lifeboat, said another. What do you mean by lifeboat? That picture you can see. A small boat, can you see? Yes, when the ship became in danger, at that time they will use a small boat. Okay, that is lifeboat. See, a small boat carried by ships used to save people if the ship sinks. Okay, so that is lifeboat. So together all they are pushed their lifeboat into the water and jumped inside the boat. Then they rowed towards the islands. We hoped, means they hoped they would reach the shore alive. Because the climate is a problem now is going on. Suddenly a huge wave hit the boat. Suddenly what happened? A huge means what? A large. Huge means large. H-U-G-E. Huge means large. A huge wave hit the boat. Boat is very small, you know. So what happened when the huge wave hit the boat? They were thrown out into the sea. They were thrown out. See the picture? They are thrown out to the sea, thrown out of the boat into the sea in different directions. One person is there, one person is there, one is there, one is there. Like that way, everybody in different directions. Okay. Shall we do anything? No, because there is full of water. That is the sea, you know. Yes, see the next page. The waves carried me a long way and rubbed me on some rocks near the shore. I ran towards the land and fell on the grass. I was safe. The water could not reach me here. So, many times, after many times, the waves. What do you mean by waves? Waves. You know what is waves? Yes. The water flowing of the sea. Okay, a kind of flowing, you know, like this way, that is waves. Okay, so these waves carried Robinson Crusoe, our hero. Who is our hero? Robinson Crusoe, you know. So that wave carried Robinson Crusoe a long way and dropped him in an island. Okay, where is the rocks? And so when he saw the land, he ran. And he reached and he fell on the grass. He is safe now. Okay, the water could not reach him there. Next paragraph. I rested for a little while. Then I sat up and looked around. I could see the ship stuck in the sand at a distance. The waves were dashing over it. I thought of the other men. Could any of them be on the island too? So when he reached there, he is looking around. Anybody is there? My friends is there? Is there anybody? He rested for a while there. Then he sat up and looked around. Where is my friends? Anybody is there? But he could see the ship stuck in the sand at a distance. Okay, at the distance he can see his ship a little bit. That is there. Okay, that is shortly there by hitting a sand bank. The waves were dashing over it. Then Crusoe thought of the other men. Could any of them, any island here or any other island too? I started to walk along the shore. I looked for signs of my friends. In one place I found a hat, in another a cap, and then 2 shoes that did not match, but I did not see anyone else. A very pretty sight is there. We can see when Crusoe is looking about for his friends, he can't see anybody, but he can see one hat is flying there, one cap is flying there, and he can see 2 shoes are there but did not match. Different person's shoe is that, but did not see anyone else. Okay, by leg Robinson Crusoe only reached the land. Okay, so the final paragraph, the last paragraph, you can see, it grew dark. I started to worry about being attacked by wild animals. I found a strong stick to protect myself and climbed on to the tallest tree I could see. Soon I fell into a deep sleep. Okay, so now where is our hero Robinson Crusoe? He is in an island, he alone in that island, he can see nobody is there. But it grew dark, means what? It is time to dark, time to night. Okay, so he started to worry about, is there any dangerous animals, are the wild animals, they will attack me. Then he found a strong stick. If any animal came to attack me, I want to attack him. So he found a strong stick to protect himself. Then he looked and he found one of the tallest tree. Then he climbed on that tallest tree and he sat on that tree. From there he can see everywhere. And finally, when he is sitting, soon he fell into a deep sleep. Okay, so this is the story. Wow, very pity story, but this is very interesting. After the next day onward, this story is very interesting. Okay, if you want to know about this full story, you just search that movie Robinson Crusoe. Okay, you can see that movie Robinson Crusoe. A very interesting movie is that. Okay, so you want to write the new words under this book, and I'll share the question answers with you. You want to read this chapter 3 times. Okay, and the new words also want to study. Okay, so try to see the movie Robinson Crusoe. Okay, so have a nice day.